Lauren Boebert is strongly denying claims that she punched her ex-husband Jayson Boebert in the face in a restaurant this weekend. Yes, that is a headline. That's what American politics is these days, whether or not a congresswoman punched someone in the face. And there is reason to believe that she might have. So Jayson Boebert, her ex, called police to Miners Claim Restaurant in Colorado. That is by law what the restaurant had to have been named in this story, I think. It could not be more perfect, no notes. Anyway, he alleged that he'd been a victim of domestic violence. And jokes aside, this is a serious story. This is about a fairly public instance of alleged domestic violence. So I apologize for the jokes. But American Muckrakers is a super PAC that's not a big fan of Lauren Boebert. They had flagged this for everyone sort of to focus on. Jayson Boebert told the Daily Beast that his ex-wife punched him multiple times. Here's what American Muckrakers said about what happened at the restaurant. Breaking and sad news out of Silt, Colorado. Lauren Boebert punched her ex-husband Jayson in the nose 2 times and then continued to beat him up, which is just such an interesting way to frame this particular instance of domestic violence. I don't know exactly what image that's supposed to bring up of her just beating him to the ground. I don't know. She's alleged to have punched him in the face, though. That's the actual facts, regardless of what American Muckrakers is saying. But anyway, her aide said that there was contact between the two because Jayson made an aggressive motion towards Boebert and she put her hand in his face, put her hand on his nose, but not punching him. I don't know, pushing or pressing. So anyway, she denies it. She said, this is a sad situation for all that keeps escalating. And another reason I'm moving, it's another reason she's moving districts. The main reason is that she would lose, but this is another reason. She says, I didn't punch Jayson in the face and no one was arrested. I will be consulting with my lawyer about the false claims he made against me and evaluate all of my legal options. So look, that's a thing that perhaps will be pursued. He apparently now doesn't want anything to happen. He is saying that he plans to ask the police to call off their investigation. He doesn't want her to be prosecuted or anything like that, which she might present perhaps as him recanting it because now she's threatening to sue him. It could just be that they're in a messy, complex divorce. Relationships are messy and things happen. And unfortunately, sometimes it gets into these really, really dark areas of alleged domestic violence and things like that. So I don't know their relationship. I don't know anything about this. I hate it. I hate the whole thing, Jackson, Jayson Boebert, Jackson White. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we don't know the ins and outs and the specifics of her relationship and what went down. But what we do know is that she can't seem to keep these types of things from blowing over into public attention. Whether it be her in the theater doing things that she, like blowing smoke and getting a freak on and stuff like that. Pretty avoidable. And again, I don't know if she was defending herself or she really was just like pushing her hands out, or if she did punch him in the face. But I think that she's made her bed in terms of what her public image is. As you pointed out, she's moving districts because she would lose if she didn't. And I think that says a lot about kind of her future for people showing up to the polls for her. But I think that her future is pretty solidified in terms of just like conservative grifting in one form or the other, because she's decently attractive. So, like she can get hired on somebody's TV station or do her own radio show or something like that.
Well, as of now, she is still fighting for her political life. But I think all of these incidents, one after the other, I think are not good. They're not going to help. I think that Colorado can do better. Another way to phrase that is, I don't know that Colorado could do worse. I and many have been pushing for some time to have politicians who are more like regular people. But to quote Switch from the Matrix, not like this. Yes, this is what normal people get up to, but that's not what we want in the halls of Congress. We want people who have normal, economic, experiences that they can bring, that have struggled and can bring that to Congress, not people who are constantly mixing it up. And I don't know the facts of this particular case, but what I do know is the history here. They've been getting locked up for years. And a relationship that seems to begin with a guy exposing himself to minors in a bowling alley. Why shouldn't it end with someone getting punched in the nose and minors claim And again, all these are allegations, but just like to the Republicans of the 4th district, I think, of Colorado, there's no one better. There's not one conservative who can just vote in lockstep with the Republican majority and maybe not, have the thing with the Beetlejuice and thing with the punch in the face. And so that's my advice to them. My advice to Lauren Boebert is just keep your hands to yourself. Whether it's at a theater production or in a restaurant, just respect people's private space and keep your hands to yourself.
Definitely good advice. Definitely good advice.
I try.
With, yeah.
I try to help, I just want everyone to get along.